and live, I believe. How's my audio? How is my audio? There it is. How is it? My audio is audible. Okay, perfect. All right, let's go. At everyone. I forgot the at part. At everyone. And then we're going to need a message. Let's go. Back in the 90s. I read about anime TV shows. It's SACing Maleternal. SACing Maleternal. Don't act like you don't know. Bam! Welcome, mate. How are you doing tonight? It is time again for the worst show I make, SACing Maleternal, the show where I go through every anime ever made and I read its plot summary, and my voice falls out and I start bleeding because I think I bled the last time I did this. I'm okay. It was reading something your friend sent you. What was it? I ask as we go on to the 1990s, starting with winter 1990, Watashi no Ashinaga Oji-san. My Daddy Longlegs. Daddy Longlegs is based on the novel of the same name by Gene Webster. I think this is like the third or so adaptation of this. It chronicles the adventures of Judy Abbott, an orphan in New York. During a meeting for the superintendent, to other important and rich people in attendance, a scholarship is offered to Judy by a mysterious benefactor. Catching only a glimpse of his tall shadow as he leaves, Judy calls him Daddy Longlegs and writes him letters every month as per his request. While studying at Lincoln Memorial School, she makes many friends and learns about a world she never knew about before. This is Kya to Ninden Teyandi, or Samurai Pizza Cats. Oh, Jesus Christ. Some Reddit post had a guy annoyed about his twin sons always put their sister first and never do what they want. Huh. Interesting. In the city of Oropolis, hundreds of mechanical animals live in harmony alongside each other. However, when Lord Wonko discovers that the Shogun's chief advisor, Lord Korn, spelled with a K like the band, is plotting to take over the government, he knows something must be done to preserve the peace. In order to thwart Korn's plans, Wonko forms the Nyankis. Oh god, I get it. An elite ninja team led by the fearless Yatoro, who wields the mystic sword Masa Masa. With all this power, the Nyankis seem unstoppable. Everyone in the comments calling him an asshole, and yeah, he just come off as a bit of a prick, but man, I can't relate to all the posts about people with nice older siblings, because I was not the sweet, nice older sister. I am the older sibling. So, yeah. But Korn's schemes are not the only thing the team has to worry about. Secretly based on the popular Pizza Cat's restaurant, the Nyankis must keep their operations hidden while delivering piping hot plates of pizza and justice. Kyoto Ninden Teyandi was adapted into English-language series Samurai Pizza Cats by Saban Entertainment in 1991. This version features a completely original plot and runs for 52 episodes. The series is currently available to stream on Peacock. It was... wow, this was new. Were you not also the nice older sister? Brother, sibling. It's hard to... how do I phrase this? My sisters not all there, is what I'm saying. So, like, nice or not nice is kind of not a dichotomy that applies to the situation. The series is currently available to stream on Peacock. It was released on DVD and Blu-ray by Discotech Media on DVD on July 30th, 2013, and on January 19th, 2016, respectively. Discotech also licensed the original version of the series in 2013, releasing it separately on DVD on April 30th, 2013. A video game based on Kyoto Ninden Teiyadi was developed and published by Tecmo for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1991. While the game was only officially released in Japan, a fan-made patch was created, including a complete English adaptation that replaces elements of the original series with ones corresponding to Samurai Pizza Cats. Ugh. This sounds fucking terrible. I'm aware of Samurai Pizza Cats, because I didn't start having a nice relationship with a brother until a couple of years ago, because, well, he's a teenager now, and there's a fairly sizable age gap between us. Yeah. No, I get that. This is Chibi Maruko-chan. Momoko Sakura is an elementary school student who likes popular idol Momoe Yamaguchi and mangas. There's like a 10-year age gap between me and my sister. She is often called Chibi Maruko-chan due to her young age and small size. She lives together with her parents, her grandparents, and her elder sister in a little town. In school, she has many friends with whom she studies and plays together every day, including her close pal Tama-chan, the student committee members Maru-kun and Mikawa-san, and B-class trio, the Little Master Hanawa-kun, Hamiji Butaro, and Sekiguchi-kun. This is a fun, loving, and enjoyable anime that portrays the simple things in life. This is Dragon Quest Yusha Able Densetsu, or Dragon Warrior, because we published like the first 6 Dragon Quests as Dragon Warrior. Dragon Quest is loosely based on Dragon Quest III. The names and some of the characters are familiar, but the world map is smaller and very different shape. Excuse me. The 2 main characters, Abel in Tiala. Tiala receives the legendary redstone from the Alahan village sage master, Yogi. Soon after, Tiala is kidnapped by the evil Baramos, who wants to use the redstone to resurrect the great dragon and be granted eternal life. Abel swore to rescue Tiala, and he is given the blue stone, which can only seal the dragon once it has been released. This is an adaptation of Dragon Quest III. Moving on. This is Yusha X-Kaiser. I've heard of this. I've actually heard of X-Kaiser. The brave fighter X-Kaiser. When aliens plan to invade Earth, a young boy named Kota must team up with a giant robot from outer space, X-Kaiser, in order to save the world and his friends. Is this a fucking... This sounds like a fucking Super Robot show. Is this a fucking Super Robot show? In fucking 1990? Are you shitting me? Dragon Quest V is a game I've heard is really, really good and want to play, but Dragon Quest VIII is slow as fuck and I can't even get past the first boss. I don't know which one I played. I played one for the, I want to say 7 or something. It was one of the ones for the PS2. It wasn't 7. It probably was 8 then. Yeah, it was Dragon Quest VIII. I think I got like about halfway through Dragon Quest VIII. I enjoyed it. I just, for whatever reason, I ended up not having a copy of the game, so I was never able to beat it. Like, my copy ended up going away. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it got traded in or if I lost it at some point or what, but... This is Heisei Tensai Bakubon. A comedy about a former genius who's now become very eccentric and senile. His family deals with all crazy problems he and his old friends cause around the neighborhood. And that's it for the new anime. Wow. Because all of this is still continuing on from the 80s. Next up is Bubblegum Crisis. I've already reviewed Bubblegum Crisis, so we're going to skip that. Next up is Devilman Yocho. Is that Serene Hen or Serene? Serene Hen. I'm going to say Serene. Fuck it. Devilman Yocho Serene Hen. Devilman the Devil Bird. Demons exist and their power is beyond what humans can fathom. In fact, they are so strong that humans do not stand a chance against them in a fight. The only thing strong enough to defeat a demon is another demon, and it is through this logic that Ryo Asuka hatches the plan to have his good-hearted friend Akira Fudo possessed by a demon. If a person is of pure heart, then he might be able to control the demon that possesses him and thereby acquire power equal to a demon. After raising some hell on a club, the plan works and Akira is possessed by the powerful demon known as Amon. Akira now is humanity's sole champion of justice against the hidden demon menace that has plagued humanity since the dawn of time. If I recall, these are the 80s, 90s Devilman OVAs. It's pronounced Siren. Never in 1,000 years would I have gotten that. That's the first OVA's plot. Yeah, this is part of the 80s, 90s OVAs that are supposed to be more accurate to the manga, but then they just never finished. So I will be passing on this. Plus, I watched Crybaby, and that's genuinely good enough for me. I know it took some liberties, but it was fucking close enough, and it was all I care about. Shin Captain Tsubasa. Shin Captain Tsubasa takes place at the International Juniors Youth Tournament U16 in Paris, France. Paris, France. After defeating the Argentinian Junior Youth, Italy Junior Youth, and French Junior Youth teams, Japan Junior Youth reaches the final against the powerful West Germany Junior Youth team. The giant goalkeeper, Muller, the ace, Kultz, and Europe's best player, Schneider, offers the Japan Junior Youth team an extremely hard final match. This is 1 + 2 = paradise. I've got to say right now, I am loving this promotional image. I saw fucking Captain Tsubasa PS4 game at GameStop. Oh, Captain Tsubasa is still popular. Let's see. Yusuke Yamamoto has crippling phobia of women. Oh, that old chestnut. And understandably so. The twin girls living next door have tried to cut off his penis as a child. Done. All I needed to hear. All I needed to hear. Unfortunately, Yusuke's father is a gynecologist and needs him to overcome his fear so he can inherit the family business. To accomplish that, Yusuke's father offers a sanctuary to sisters Rika and Yuka Nakamura in their home while the girls are studying at the nearby college. In a terrible twist of fate, when Yusuke realizes that their guest room is too small for 2 people, he is forced to choose which of the sisters is allowed to stay. Desperate to win his favor, the brazen Yuka and the more reserved Rika are willing to do whatever it takes to impress and eventually sway Yusuke, even if it means making things physical and personal. I love it! Why have I not watched this already? Holy shit, okay. Bebop High School. For the invincible and basically happy punk lads Hiroshi and Toru, what they care about every day is to get a lot of attention from girls and to win fights against the lads from other schools. Whenever provoked, they just go about fighting and settle the situation no matter what it costs. It's a classic high school gangster thing. Have I seen this character around before? No, I have not. She just looks very similar to... You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of an SMT character. She reminds me of Lilith. That's what she looks like. She looks like Lilith. This is Umezu Kazuo no Noroi. The Curse of Kazuo Umezu. Do not toy with the supernatural. 2 stories of consequence that descend upon humans who venture beyond the safe confines of their ordinary worlds. When a gorgeous girl named Rima transfers into Masami's class, she is not only jealous but also deathly frightened of her. While the boys in class are tripping all over themselves to get to Rima, Masami's having nightmares of a ghastly visitor and finding scars on her body come morning. She asks a friend to help her get evidence to confirm her suspicions about the new girl. But if a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video must be worth far more. The truth can set you free, but it can also be more terrifying than anything you can imagine. Shy Miko and her more outgoing friend Nanako are enjoying their summer vacation, trying to make the most of their youth. But when a horror movie marathon just aren't thrilling enough. Nanako sets her eyes on a new target, an abandoned mansion at the edge of town, said to be haunted. With two other friends in tow, a reluctant Miko and a gung-ho Nanako into the mansion. Soon, everything that can go wrong starts to go wrong. Only luck or a miracle will allow them manage to escape the mansion with their lives, their sanity, and even their sense of reality. Yeah, I've heard of Kazuo Umezu for some reason. What has this man done that I know of? Well, I've heard of him for some reason, but I don't recognize anything he's read. You said you read some Umezu. Maybe you've mentioned him at some point. Anyway, that sounds not watchable. Doesn't sound watchable at all. Sol Bianca. 5 female pirates pilot the Sol Bianca, a starship with a higher level of technology than any other known. With it, they seek out riches such as the Gnosis, a legendary item of power, and the Pasha, the most valuable mineral in the galaxy. Along the way, they must encounter a stowaway, a quest to save the one he loves, and seek revenge against those who have wronged them. This doesn't sound particularly interesting. I know I told you about 14 because that manga is batshit insane. Drifting Classroom. Oh, it was probably Drifting Classroom. I'm going to pass on that. Dirty Pair, I'm surprised, isn't on my list already. The TV show's on. Okay. So this is like a continue. I was surprised Dirty Pair wasn't on here. Okay, Dirty Pair, Bo Ryaku no 005 bin. Original Dirty Pair fight the 005 conspiracy. In Chief Ghouli's worst nightmare come true, the lovely angels are back on the job, but this time the 3WA's central computer has assigned them 2 cases at the same time. Investigate a space linear explosion in which 300 people died, but no one's come forward to claim any insurance money, and to find a missing scientist and his family. Could the 2 cases be connected? Only the central computer knows, and it's not talking. So it's up to the Dirty Pair to get down and dirty and solve the puzzle before time runs out for grieving grandfather and his family and the universe. Love Dirty Pair. I'll probably watch it if I get really into Dirty. I want to watch the original series, so if it's like decent. Oh, really? This is Sunrise. Interesting. So if I end up liking the original series, maybe I'll get to it eventually. I am looking at her pants and I hate them. Actually, I've never looked at these are awful. These are awful pants. It really is just the same pants as her pants, but with a thicker waistline. But the thicker waistline really kills it. Anyway, moving. In the universe, Dirty Pair, half the population has had a sex change. Interesting. That's okay. No context required. Kaido Senshi SD Gundam MK3. Noble Suit SD Gundam MK3. The SD Gundams in the Warring States era of Japan. That sounds abysmal. Why would I want to watch that? We've got Ankoku Shinwa. Long ago, there were fierce gods of legend who shook the earth to its foundations with their power. There are now prehistoric rivals from the primitive times in Japan that fought to protect their secrets in the present day. The god of darkness, Susano. Okay, it's Susano. Susano. Sure. Why not just Susano? Is now sleeping in the shadows of the underworld, waiting for his rebirth. However, his coming hasn't gone unnoticed. There are agents from the Kikuchi clan, descendants of Japan's first inhabitants, who have seen the warning signs and spreading of darkness bringing. These investigators are armed with ancient knowledge and artifacts, and they are willingly prepared to face the god of darkness. Now they must fight the assembled spirits of hell to find the one young boy who is chosen by fate to grasp the chaotic might of the deadly god. That sounds fucking garbage. Moving on. This looks like the most fucking 90s thing ever. Ankoku Shindensho Takegami, Guardians of Darkness. A trio of diabolical dragons stirs from the eons of slumber deep within the earth. Earth should be capitalized. Charging to the surface, they launch a bloody rampage against humanity. Feasting on the weak and gaining strength from their hapless victim souls. It will take the power of the ancient dragon, Takagami, the guardian of darkness, to vanquish the evil serpent forces. But alas, the mortal body Takagami inhabits belongs to a host reluctant to fight. Yep, that is the most fucking late 80s, early 90s goddamn anime. Alright. We have Iguchi Hisashi no Nantoka Naru Desho. Part anime, part live action, part puppet show. This mal-entry duration will reflect the anime segment only. Nantoka Naru Desho is a series of seemingly unrelated sketches. Viewer be warned, some sketches have not aged well and would be found extremely offensive due to racism, sexual depravity, and homophobia. Okay, then. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a warning label. Carol. Carol is the tale of a teenage girl whose life seems normal enough until she notices music disappearing from all around her. As the sound of Big Ben, her father's cello playing, in the concert of her favorite band, Gabble screen. After hearing some mysterious voices, Carol is transported to the fantastic world where she must fight the evil monsters who are stealing music from Earth. She meets and is assisted by 3 dashing heroes, Clark, Tico, and Flash. That sounds interesting. That sounds not bad. I think I'd watch that. Yeah, I'd watch that. Sure, let's watch it. This is Gudlin. Oh god, why do I have such a fucking headache? Gudlin, due to a specific spacecraft failure, Ryo, a human astronaut, and the AI Moss are forced to crash land on a mysterious planet called Gudlin. There, Ryo meets a cute Eurodonian fairy named Fauna. However, the planet is in the midst of a dispute over a supposedly magical temple. The self-proclaimed god Gavna captures Fauna to use as a sacrifice, and is up to Ryo to save her. Will they be able to escape? And what is the true identity of the being calling itself Gavana? That sounds kind of interesting. I'd watch that. Sure. Got a nice poster. I like it. Yeah, alright. Let's give it a shot. This is Setsujin Kippu wa Heart Iro. Iro, a detective story about a murder on a train based on a series of young adult novels for women by Yamura Hiroyasu. Psycho, while suspended from school, she then bullied goes to Nagasaki where she finds herself involved in a murder mystery. I'm gonna pass on that one. This one I've seen before. Yeah, I've seen this before. Okay. Super Real Mahjong Kasumi Miki Shoko no Hajime Mashite. An animal based on characters from the strip Mahjong arcade game Super Real Mahjong 2. So it's about taking off your clothes and playing Mahjong. Not kind of anime. Moving on to Kimama ni Idol. 3 pretty girls want to make it as big pop stars, but it's tough on their way to the top. Based on the manga and comic burger by Kenichi Koya, it was distinguished by a marketing gimmick that had 3 lead voice actresses taking on stage for real in an early attempt at multimedia promotion. Oh, this is like original Love Live. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. The further we go, more of this becomes a game of which of us has seen it. Once we hit the 2000s, I'm just gonna clean sweep most of this shit. But so this is like OG Love Live. That's actually kind of cool. It's only one episode. Maybe I'll give it a shot. If I can fucking find that. I don't even know if I could find that. That sounds unfindable. Hidari no O'Clock. Yu Shinozaki is fed up with living according to the clock that always turns right. His liberal thinking gets him in bad terms with his parents, teachers, and childhood friend Aoi, with his only biker sister, Moe, to understand him. One day, after an exceptionally upsetting day at school, Yu jumps on his motorbike with some help from Moe's friend Tetsuo, leaves home to have a taste of a different way of life, like making the clock turn left for a change. That doesn't sound like that sounds not good. Okay. This is Kizu Darake no Tenshi Tachi, Heartbroken Angels. 31 stories based on the 4-panel manga strips by Masahiko Kikuni. For Young Sunday Magazine, make up this anime that mixes animation and live action. 18 animated stories, 13 live action stories. Moving on. This is Kentoshi. I've heard of this. Anime adaptation of the same name sports manga by Kurashino Ryo, which was about what? Small town of Hokkaido is suffering from poverty due to the closure of the coal mine. 17-year-old Ryo, a giant man, gambles in boxing fights to feed his mother and sister. Eventually, Ken pursues his unfulfilled dreams of becoming a world boxing champion. Yeah, I think I've heard of the manga, maybe. Even though apparently no one on Mal has heard of this manga. I am pretty sure I've heard of this manga. This is Maji. Maji is a young hood in the Nagisa criminal organization, whose name is synonymous with loyalty and truth. While driving away thugs, he meets and falls for local high school girl Kumiko. However, complications ensues when he and his group run into rival Kikuchi gang, looking for trouble, based on the first 4 volumes of the gang chivalry manga by Oyumi Tachihara. I'm gonna pass. It sounds like it could be interesting, but standards. This is Mashin Yoden Wataru So Kaizan Eiyu Densetsu, compilation of the Mashin Yuda Wataru series, which I assume we've read. 88. Moving on then. This is Fujiko F. Fujio Sakushi Fushigi Tenpen Theater. I've heard of Fujiko F. Fujio for some reason. Based on a story by Fujiko F. Fujio. Fair enough. Good. Okay, moving on to the movies. We have Dragon Ball Z. Movie 2, Kono Yo Di Ichiban Tsuyoi Yatsu. Dragon Ball Z, the world's strongest. In his laboratory, biotechnology expert Dr. Kochin gathers the Dragon Balls, intending to free his master, Dr. Uiro, a mad scientist hell-bent on ruling the world, forever frozen in the never-melting ice of the Surumai Tsuburi Mountains. Attempting to locate the Dragon Balls, Gohan, Son, and Oolong arrive at the scene and are ambushed by several creatures known as Biomen. Training nearby, Piccolo attempts to save them, but is attacked by 3 mysterious warriors. When the ice beneath them breaks, it cuts their altercation short, burying Gohan and Oolong within. After regaining consciousness, they return home to Kama House, only to encounter Biomen demanding Muten Roshi to follow them. Refusing, he easily defeats the creatures, piquing Dr. Kochin's interest. Under the impression of Muten Roshi being the strongest man in the world, Dr. Kochin takes Bulma hostage, forcing Roshi's agreement to accompany him in mysterious plans involving his master. Who are Dr. Kochin and Dr. Uiro? What even is their purpose? It's just a shitty DBZ movie. This is Morocco. This is a summary for Gosin Zo-sama Bon Bonsai OVA, which I assume I've read. 89. Already read it. Moving on. This is Tisto Midori no Oyayubi. Tisto, the green thumb. When 8-year-old Tisito is sent home from school after being unable to stop falling asleep at lessons, his father decides that he will continue his education by learning from observation of real life. And where better to start than the garden? Excuse me. With the gardener, Mr. Mustache, Titsuto discovers he has a remarkable gift, the green thumbs. Everything he touches grows into beautiful plants. His next lesson is the stern Mr. Turnbull, manager of his father's armament factory, who takes Tisuto to visit town to learn about order. Over the course of the next few days, Tisuto learns many new things as he visits the town prison, the slums, the hospital, and everywhere he tries to change the world into a better place with his new extraordinary powers. Finally, he learns about war, and upon visiting his father's factory, finds out that they supply the two countries at war with their weapons. That could be an interesting movie. I'm gonna pass, I think. Maho Tsukai Sally. Is this a fucking Sally the Witch? Yes! So for those who don't know, Sally the Witch is the first magical girl. This short movie tells the story of Sally, a teenage witch that came to Earth from the magical kingdom. For some mysterious reason, spring has not yet started. Sally and her friends have to find the cause and fix the problem. Akuma-kun, Yokoso Akuma Land. A. Whatever this is, I've read Akuma-kun, and this is probably like an Akuma-kun movie, so I think we can move on. This is Chinpui Irisama Katsudo Daishashin. This is a Chinpui movie, which I imagine I've read the plot of Chinpui at some point. 89. Moving on then. This is Oji-san Kaizo Koza. Adapted from Shimizu Chinmei and Furuya Yoshi's popular manga and weekly Bonshun. I've never even heard of that magazine. This is Umida Funade da Niko Pun. This is an animated movie by Hirata Toshio, who I have definitely heard of. Yeah, this man is, Barefoot Gen, this man's a fucking legend. Okay. Alright, moving on. Miyote Oldo Sawa 108 Yogoe. This is the third Taoist Mutal movie. The fuck? Alright, we're on to specials. This is Kumo no Yo Ni Kaze no Yoni. Like the clouds, like the wind. Ginga, a small-town girl, sets out to become the Emperor's Seihei highest-ranked wife, undaunted by many other women who seek the same title. Her energetic and eccentric ways aid in her meeting new people, training to be Lady of the Emperor, and dealing with the drama that ensues. That could be interesting. It looks cute. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, it looks cute. I could watch that, sure. This is Warau Salesman Dai SP Bananshi. Specials of the Waru Salesman broadcasted intermittently during the main show, not including the episode count in the main show. There are 3 times the length of a normal episode and fill a half-hour time slot. Laughing Salesman is pretty famous in Japan, but it doesn't seem super interesting. This is, I cannot believe this in 1990. These are Mahotsukai Sally specials. These are specials of Mahotsukai Sally, which is fucking baffling, considering how old Mahotsukai Sally is. This is Komatsu Sakyo Anime Gekijo Specials. On-aired episodes of the Komatsu Sakyo Anime Gekijo that were included in the VHS release. The first 2 episodes were on VHS Volumes 1, and the 3rd episode was on VHS Volume 2. Alright, we have moved on from winter. We are entering into spring. The cherry blossoms are blooming now. Get ready for that shit. Do I have to read Nadia? Fuck it, I'll read it. Fushigi no Umi no Nadia, Nadia the Secret of the Blue Water. This is, like, super fucking famous. This is like when I had to read Dragon Ball. It's like, shut up, you already know what this is. In 1889, the world is on the pinnacle of great discoveries in technology. Mankind's grasp for the future, a sinister foe known only as the Gargoyle, obsessed with restoring the former Atlantean Empire to the glory it once held, begins his plan to take over the world. Nadia, with the help of a young inventor, Jean-Roch Latag, and Captain Nemo of the submarine Nautilus, must fight to save the world from Gargoyle and Neo-Atlantis, based on the novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. This is NG Knight, Ramune, and 40. Is this based on a game or something? No, it is not. This sounds familiar for some reason. Lamune is an ordinary 4th grade boy who loves playing video games. He buys one from a peddler girl and helps her sell the rest. At home, he plays the game King Sasher and beats it. The peddler girl then comes out of the TV and asks for his help, calling him the blood relative of the chosen Lamunis. She is Princess Milk and takes him to the Harahara world, where his role is to revive the Guardian Knights. To do this, he had to find and unlock the shrine, which held the Tamakyu, a robot who became Lumines's advisor robot, and the key to freeing the Guardian Knights. All of the Knights are free-thinking mechs, except for King Shizer, who is piloted by Lemoness. Opposing Lemoness is Don Harumega, and his minions Da, Cider, and Lesuka. You had me until giant robots. Like, genuinely, I was like, I would watch the shit out of this, and it's like, and then there's giant robots, and I'm like, oh. Mal? Okay, yeah, that's what I fucking thought. Maho no Angel Sweetman. Mint is a girl who happens to be the princess of the world of dreams and magic. The natural environment of her world is a reflection of the dreams of the people of Earth. It is now a danger as people lose faith in their dreams and let darkness enter their hearts. The environment of Mint's world is starting to wither and die. On her 12th birthday, after a gala celebration with her father, the king, and her mother, she agrees to go to a world of humans to try and preserve people's hopes and dreams and to prove that she has the qualities necessary to be a wise ruler. Her father arranges for her to stay with her sister, Mint's Aunt Herb, who runs a shop on Earth called Happiness Shop. I have definitely heard of this show. I've definitely heard about this show, and I know about it because I watched a documentary on the history of magical girls, and that is why I know what this is. This is Idol Tenshi, Yokoso Yoko. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Hope you had a great time. You know I did. Next time we'll continue on with SACing Mal in fucking spring 1990. We're gonna read all the anime. It's gonna be a good time. Yippity dee yop yop yip yip yippers. Woo! I think John's streaming. I think hosting's gone, though. Oh, no, I can raid. I guess I could raid. Whatever. Bye-bye. Mal went down. That's what you missed. Mal went down. We'll have to pick up next stream. All right. Fuck it. Fuck it. There ain't no one here, but we're doing it anyway. No one shows up to this fucking channel, but we're doing it anyway. Raid time. Woo!